Housewives.
He's going to tell us all about his...
fucking picture in our studio.
You can say Scary Movie 4. But he might come across the desk.
Yeah. I told you not to say it, man.
Don't do it, bro.
He was in Born to Race.
Oh, yeah, there you go.
Starring
Fast Track.
Starring Brett Davern.
Oh, it's such a bad movie.
Oh, how dare you?
So bad.
We're rolling. We got 1 minute. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, I should tell you.
Kidding.
We're now recording.
Do I have to be like, am I here? Am I cool here?
You should want to...
You can just pull it
to
toward you.
Yeah.
Ooh, that feels
We're
good.
recording everything now for YouTube, so it's not live, but it will go up on YouTube later, video form. So if you
no
want
picking my nose.
to, whip it out,
That's basically all right.
like we could get
Cool.
some ratings.
It's the Brett Davern Show. Brought to you by Nice Guy Digital and recorded in the world-famous Morchoff Music Studios in Lydia, Bladderborn. On today's podcast, Brett chats with our good friend, Beau Mirchoff. He's been on the podcast 11 times. Here's a little tidbit for you. If Beau's on the show, we couldn't get anybody else. Or Jillian. My name is Marty Shannon. We got Big Ben Collinsworth. I'm putting my finger right in his face. Now let's get to the guy who's graduated high school several times. And guess what? Guess what else?
What?
Taiwan belongs to China. My best friend, Brett, the Hitman Davern.
Listen up, everybody! This is our show! Thank you for listening and subscribing on iTunes or your favorite podcast app. Entire episodes of this show are also now on YouTube.com/Brett Davern Show.
It's like a Blue Man group
You
over
guys
here.
sound like, like Stomp. Remember that show?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a show.
This show, this podcast, is free, and it always will be. And if you like what you hear, please tell a friend. We are counting on you to help spread the gospel that is the Brett Davern Show. So, go do it. Evangelize. No, wait, what would they call it?
That's it.
Yeah.
It is Sunday.
Yeah, take it out there. Take it to the streets. Tell the people.
Proselytizing.
Proselytize. Also, if you like
A negative
what you hear,
connotation, though.
rate and review our little show or comment below the video on YouTube. Tell us what you think.
How many shows have you guys done?
This is like 70-something.
72.
72.
Yeah.
You are number 72.
Oh, gosh. I feel very fortunate.
Yeah, 72. What a number.
Isn't that good? It's got a nice ring to it.
What a hallmark.
When people, you know what's bullshit? Can I say that? Whatever, I just did.
Yeah.
People who go like, what's your favorite number? First off, people who have favorite numbers are crazy people. 'Cause
Yeah.
Who has a favorite
Don't
number?
be
I'm not a
friends with them.
4-year-old.
Can I tell you what else is bullshit? When guests start talking before they've been introduced on a podcast.
Hey, whatever. It's show number 72. Okay. People who
Beau Mirchoff, ladies and
They
gentlemen.
don't have a favorite number. Like no one ever goes like, my favorite number is 142. It's always like 1 to 30. What's up with that?
1 through 10 usually.
Yeah, like 8. Who's
Yeah.
that person?
Mine's 76.
Who has a favorite number though? It's crazy. Nah.
Who cares? You shouldn't have a favorite digit.
I know. It's like
Yeah, or
silly.
favorite color, too.
Favorite color? Come on. What am I? A fucking swearing.
Did I remind you that we're on YouTube?
Got it. Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right, shut up over there until I introduce you now. Hey, Marty, do you have a review from the people to read to the people before? We were going to do this thing before our guest so rudely interrupted the show.
Yeah, that's why I don't have it, the review ready.
Jeez. Yeah, that's why.
You're welcome, Marty.
Do you think people have other weird favorite things? I have a favorite fish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That seems okay to me.
Yeah, it's not to eat, though. I mean, just that exists.
Just exist. Who
Seems
has
like
pet
a
fish?
very
Fishes.
The people that have favorite numbers, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
Pet fishes.
Fishes.
Yeah, no way.
Weird.
My favorite CSI Miami episode.
Pet fishes?
Pet fishes.
No, not what I'm trying to say.
Oh. What?
Don't worry, guys.
Huh?
I'm almost to the comment section.
Yeah, jeez. Hurry it up over here. We're waiting.
Rich and compelling.
I'm waiting.
It's loading. I emailed.
It's loading. It's loading. It's
We'll all
loading.
wait. It's okay.
All right, here. This is it.
Go for it.
This is by Stephen Smith,
Mm-hmm.
and it's titled Radical.
Okay.
The Brett Davern Show with Marty,
Mm-hmm.
brought to you by Nice Guy Digital, and recorded at the world-famous Moore Park Music Studios in Studio City, California, is a great podcast with lots of wit and irreverence and, what's that word?
Sex appeal.
That's the end.
Nice. Thanks, Steve Smith. You think he was the receiver
think
for the
so.
Baltimore Ravens?
Absolutely.
1 star.
Steve Smith Sr.?
Yeah, just retired.
Yeah,
He did
maybe.
just retire.
Maybe.
No, he's retired.
Well, that was nice. That was cool.
Yep.
Marty, sitting in with us today is Beau Mirchoff.
Hi, guys.
More like Bro Mirchoff.
William Beau Mirchoff. What's up, buddy?
Hey, man. Nothing.
We're doing something a little different with this episode here. Usually we go to the phones right away. We do like a little segment. We might call Kevin or Sam will come in here or something like that, you know?
Okay.
But you have recently come off of a whirlwind adventure
See.
around the world, across the sea. What?
We have a phone caller.
I put one in there?
Yes.
No, I didn't.
Gosh.
Did I really?
Yes, you did.
Ben is telling me that I put a phone call
Well, let's keep it
on the
normal.
show.
Let's do the
Should we
phone
call
call.
the people?
We should call this person.
Oh, all right, fine. We'll do a phone call. All right, fine. We'll do a phone call.
Is
and
it
then
Tyler
we'll,
Posey?
we'll do a phone call, and then we'll talk about
Right,
the
right.
thing. All right. Sorry.
You
Turn
think
your
by show
phone
number
off.
72, you guys would have this figured out.
Yeah, you would think.
Turn your phone off, Bo.
Is that me?
Probably.
so. I turned it
I think that's Brett.
Double-sided
Nope,
dildo.
No, I think it's the computer. Yeah, go for it. Go for it. Let's call someone. Who we calling?
We're calling Daphne.
Oh, that's right.
Oh, Daphne.
That's right. I forgot about this.
How old do you think Daphne is?
She's old
We're going to
enough,
ask
Bo.
her. Oh, actually, it's a surprise that you're on the show.
Oh, okay.
So you pipe down over there, and I'll introduce
I'm going
you.
to say, honestly, 32.
No, we know how. This is the Daphne of legend, right?
Yeah.
Hello?
Hi, is this Daphne in Vancouver, Canada?
It is.
Hi,
Hello.
Daphne. This is Brett and Marty in Studio City, California.
Hello again. How are you guys?
We're doing great. How are you?
I am good. I'm on break, so I'm really good.
On break? What do you mean? Oh, at work?
Oh, yeah, I'm at work.
Oh, that's really kind of a cool coincidence that you happened to take a break right when we were calling you.
Well,
Yeah,
there's nobody in
yeah.
the store.
Or did you just
Doesn't
sneak
matter.
out?
Oh, well, yeah, I'm totally on the clock, just like whatever, just hanging out. That's the benefits of being a manager, right?
Yeah, why not?
That's good. That's a good philosophy.
Hey, Daphne, our guest on this episode, I think you'll know him. His name is William
Is it William?
Mirchoff. No, it's William Mirchoff. He's
Oh!
right. He's right over there. You want to say hi to
She
him?
was so disappointed. He was like, oh.
She doesn't know who William
Oh, I
is.
think she's like, did she say, is it Sam?
No, it's Beau. It's Matty McKibben himself.
I know.
Say hi.
Hello!
Hi, Daphne. How are you?
Are we on?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, we are
I'm
on
excellent.
speakerphone.
Excellent. Full stop.
Pardon?
I'm doing very well. Thank you
Sorry,
for asking.
Daphne. Do you have us on speakerphone, Daphne?
I do not, I promise.
No, we're just getting an echo. Yeah, it's weird. Daphne, you told me that if we ever had Beau on the show again, that we had to call you. So now that we did, what was so important?
It was more so the fact that I just wanted to say hello. So, like, we could hang out now. That's good.
That was it?
Wow.
Just
You
a
want us to
hello?
hang out?
I like
I'm
that.
kidding.
That's nice.
Just a quick
Simple.
hello and then that's it.
Well, no, I don't have any, like, specific questions. It's just fun to see somebody from, like, BC
That's
doing
right.
their thing.
Mm-hmm.
Like a
Are
proud
you
BC
from
person.
Vancouver or are you from a outlying area?
Well, I grew up in Langley, and
Not
I
that Langley. Different
No, I know.
Live in
Does that make
Denver
sense
now.
to you?
Yeah, Langley's cool.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Canadian
we would go play lacrosse over there.
Mm-hmm.
Those Langleyans? Langleyanese.
Langlandites.
Langlanites.
They were a rowdy bunch. Yeah, they liked fisticuff.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm not from Langley. Like I don't like really admitting I'm from Langley. It's not a nice place to be
Wait,
from.
hold on.
That's
She's
why
like,
I
she's like, no, I grew up in Langley. And then he's like, Langley's rough. And then she's like, oh, I'm not from Langley. Well, I grew up in Langley.
No, okay. If we're gonna be specific, I'm from Walnut Grove, which is like the swankier part.
Isn't Walnut
like
Grove
the
also the
family
name of the
oriented.
town on Little House on the Prairie?
Walnut Grove.
Pretty sure.
Another poignant reference from Brett Davern.
We just lost both of our listeners again.
Both, just the two of them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Me and
just,
Danica?
just you and Danica.
You and Danica, yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Daphne, did you ever get that free gift in the mail?
No, but Danica got hers. I'm not bitter at all.
You
Sorry
don't want
about
it.
that,
It's not
yeah.
good.
That's that British Columbian sarcasm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Yeah, my bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, come on. Come up with
Well,
something
Blake
for
Maddie-
Bo.
is
You
Maddie
told me to
there?
call you when he was on the show. I thought you'd be all prepared and
Well,
stuff.
is Maddie there?
Maddie.
Oh, Maddie, like our intern, Maddie?
Maddie.
No, Megan's here, though.
No, Matadocious is not here today. Why? You were going to yell at her?
I was going to say hello.
Are you going to come be our next intern, Daphne?
LA is far. Well, I mean, you guys do have Disneyland, so.
Yeah, you work at a
There's
Disney store.
Can she get like
Yeah.
a transfer or something?
Yeah.
Do any of you guys
Different.
actually like Disneyland?
No, it's the worst.
Isn't it?
No, Disneyland sucks.
Yeah.
Also, so here we got favorite numbers, and people like Disney are
Disneyland.
perfect.
I know someone who goes to Disneyland.
Hold on. Ben has a favorite number and likes
Oh my
Disneyland.
God.
Yeah, they go hand in
Two
hand.
strikes.
He's also murdered a child.
Do you have a favorite? Do you have a favorite color too?
I don't know why a favorite color would get into
Just what?
Do you have a favorite color too? Oh, he's 3 for 3. Jeez.
I have 2 favorite
3.
colors.
All right. Well, Daphne, thanks for letting us call on the show. We love you.
Daphne, do you get hit up a lot on Instagram and stuff? Because a lot of your posts are like, these thirsty dudes keep hitting me up.
That's on Twitter. I would be tweeting that. I wouldn't actually say that on Instagram. But
You're not
like,
talking about me, though, right?
I would be talking about like.
Because I do hit
NHL
you up all the time.
Okay, there. You unfollowed me anyways first.
It was an accident.
Yesterday.
It's an accident.
Okay. An accident.
Daphne, how old are you?
Okay.
She's old
I'm
enough.
21.
Ah, I was off by 11.
29?
Oh, 21?
21.
21.
Oh, what did she say?
Jeez, she just
21.
Oh, yeah, I thought 32. Remember before we made the call?
I'm pretty sure she said 29.
All right.
Daphne's not 29.
I think she said 29.
I am not 29. I am 21.
I've
Hey,
been
Daphne.
sexting with a 29-year-old?
Daphne, when you go out to a bar, if you walk into a bar, what's your go-to drink when you walk up to the bar? What do you order?
Well, here's a funny story.
Oh,
Up
God.
until 2 nights ago.
Sorry we
No,
asked.
good lord! Just answer the question.
No, this is
Actually,
a
you
good
said
thing.
this up until
Okay,
2
this
nights
is
ago. That's
funny.
actually interesting.
Because I normally don't drink, and I actually had my first ever shot with
Can
like
I-
an NHL player because
Daphne,
he handed
I'm
it
going to
me.
make a deal with you.
I had my first shot with like one of my favorite NHL players.
And then
Cool.
Where's the funny part?
So I think it's funny. More like it's more of the funny story that like it's cool.
What was
and
the
that's
drink?
My first story of doing. It was some grapefruit shot. I don't know.
Kind of hockey
And I
player
did
was
the like
grapefruit
number
shot.
one rule that you're not supposed to do is like.
What, was he, like, a
take
left
drink
winger?
from
Yeah,
a
was he?
stranger.
Yeah, you're not
Dude,
supposed
totally
to...
played
He
left
played for
wing.
San Jose.
Yeah, totally. Played left wing for San Jose, eh?
Yeah, you're taking a drink that someone is forcing on you.
That
That's
was-
not a good idea.
Yeah, what'd the roofie
I
taste
know.
like?
No, I think I was fine. I remember my night.
Where did you wake up?
Oh, God. All right.
I met a
That
girl
is
who's been
funny.
roofied like 4 times. She told me
What?
that. She's like, "Oh, I'm used to it.
What?
I know the feeling of what it's like. This I've been roofied." And she'll like go to grab her friend and be like, "I've been roofied. Take me out of here."
Oh, my God. LA is a just disgusting hole
Is it
in the
LA?
earth.
Yeah.
Yeah. LA is
Oh,
disgusting.
boy. Oh, boy.
Oh, man. Daphne, we love you. Thank you for being a super fan. Keep hitting us up and keep spreading the good word about the Brett Davern Show, okay?
Okay.
Do you have any last words for Mr. Mirchoff?
Ignore my tweets if I ever tweet you. Thank you.
Okay, I will.
So, business as usual, then.
All right, Daphne. Bye.
Okay, bye guys.
Love you.
Later.
Bye.
Bye.
Daphne is a ball of crazy, and I like her. Like, I do. I like her so much, like, because she's just kind of nutty.
All
and,
the
like,
gestures you guys.
Yeah.
But you knew that you're
Yeah.
on the, okay.
Yeah.
Just double checking.
Well, whatever. I love Daphne though. She's kooky, and I like her like that. It's fun.
Good.
Taking your first shots with pro athletes is
That's fun.
Fun. Yeah. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend it, but yeah, good stuff.
Steroids.
All right. Well, like I said, we're going to go through Beau's European adventure that he was on. He went to like 18 different cities or something like that, but we'll get to the bottom of it
Not even close.
right after this break. Oh, before we officially, I guess you two, I think we're going to do 2 parts for this maybe, because you're probably going to go long. So
I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't make our record time necessarily longer,
Right.
but I'm just saying we might release it in 2 parts.
Sure. See.
All right, Beau.
Hi, Brett.
You just got back from
I'm here. Also.
Europe.
Hi, Marty.
Thanks.
And I don't know, man. Let's just go through it. Like, you and I haven't even really like debriefed after this
Not really.
trip, and so I'm anxious to hear all about it.
Okay, so
You
kind of-
left from here and flew. What was the first stop?
I went to Amsterdam. I kind of booked it on a whim as well.
So jealous, man.
Yeah, it was great. I did the play, as you know, and then I was taking a class, and they both ended like on the same day. And then I was like, I should go on a trip.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, I'm doing it. So I just basically booked a flight to Amsterdam and then flying out of Rome. And I was like, I'll figure out where I'm going to go in between. So I was
Yeah.
on for a month. So went to Amsterdam, and then my parents and older brother, have never been outside of North America. And my sister is living with her boyfriend who lives in Scotland. He plays ice hockey for a pro team there. So my sister missed last Christmas. And because I'm such a great brother, I had convinced my family to go to Scotland for Christmas.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So we did that, and then I took them to Paris, and then we went to London for New Year's, and then I left them again.
And then you went where else after that?
Then I went to Prague, Budapest, Rome.
Jeez.
Yeah. I've acquired a smoker's cough on my travels. That happens when you go to Europe. So
Well, let's start at the beginning. So you're on the plane,
yes.
leaving LAX,
Okay, so it's,
reading the Bible,
reading.
if I know you well.
Yeah, perhaps.
Reading the Beau likes to just crack open the Old Testament right as the plane starts taxiing, and I don't know what it is about me, but there's something disconcerting about it.
Well, anybody reading like religious texts in an airplane.
Yeah, it's just sort of the context of it, right?
Well,
Like,
let me
it
just
freaks
say
out a
this.
little
I was
bit.
reading Ecclesiastes, and that's all about like
worse.
living your life, and kind of like it was kind of a good little sentiment to read before I went on this little excursion.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But this is the thing. So I'm leaving LAX, and it's like a packed flight.
Yeah.
I just have a carry-on
Right.
and a backpack. And they're like, if it's a full flight, if anyone can check their bag at the gate, that'd be greatly appreciated. I'm feeling great. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to be a good citizen. I'm going to check my bag for them. So I do it, and I'm like, I have once I get into Amsterdam, I have like 4 hours before I can check into my hotel anyway. So I was like, that's fine. I'll wait for the check bag. It's not a problem. Get to Amsterdam, feeling good. I was slept on the plane.
Straight through flight.
No, I stopped in Chicago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was fine.
But straight through from there. So,
Yeah, not a big. I actually didn't mind it. You get out, stretch your legs. So get to Amsterdam, and the luggage crowd or whatever is going around, and it ends, and my bag's not there. And it has everything. My jacket's like snowing in Amsterdam. So I go through like the baggage area, like where you fill out the forms to I've lost my bag and blah blah blah. And so that takes like 25 minutes, and then I'm exiting the airport, and I see there's a currency exchange. Oh, I got to get some euros. So I go to the currency exchange, which is next to the luggage carousel. And so I'm exchanging money, and then all of a sudden the luggage belt turns on, out spits my suitcase, and then it turns off.
just one single bag.
They were like, hey!
they were like, oops, and then some dude just punted it through the door.
And so that was kind of like the start of my amazing trip. Everything, I was like such a fortuitous trip. Like nothing bad happened. Everything was great, and it was that was an incredible trip. No like bad things happened.
You just like a knowing pat at your pocket where the Bible was resting. You're like,
Yeah.
thanks.
Give a little nod to the big guy upstairs.
Yeah, sure.
That's right.
Cool.
So I went to the you know how Amsterdam is.
I love it. One of my favorite cities on the planet.
Walk around that city and meet people, and It's so nice traveling alone. I'd never really traveled for a substantial amount of time alone.
Mm-hmm.
So it's good. It puts you out of your comfort level a little bit. Like the first night, like I go to this, like I'm walking around, gorgeous city, and there's this like happening little bar, like a little dinner bar area. And so I sit at the bar, and there's this group over in the corner. I'm like, all right, I'm going to ask that girl out. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
And so I'm like getting nervous. You know how it is. It's like the most exciting thing ever.
Yeah.
And
Were you coming up with opening lines in
no,
your
no,
head?
no, you just gotta go with it, man. Just you speak from the heart.
You're going to go and be like, come here often?
I've been reading the Bible, and
You know,
maybe Jesus.
you know the
Have you
Greek.
ever read Ecclesiastes?
Yeah, don't do that. Don't do that.
Anyway, we make eye contact. She goes to like exits, and I'm like, I gotta go talk to her. So I go, and I'm like, I'm in front of her friends, and I'm like, hey, blah 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 blah. Anyway, and basically, like, so could I have your number or something? And she goes, no. And I go, okay.
Oh,
Awesome. Well, you guys have a wonderful night.
Just shot down.
Shot down.
Whoa.
And so I go back to the bar. I'm like, all right. But I felt good. I was like, all right. At least I put myself out there. And like
So-
30 seconds later, she comes back and she goes, oh, sorry, I didn't understand what you were saying.
What?
Yeah, here's my number. I was like,
She
"Yay!"
she looked you up.
Nah, she went.
No, later she told me that she'd never been asked out. And she was like,
Interesting.
I thought it was weird.
Was she a Dutch girl?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mhm.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right.
But I just...
So much like your bag being spit out onto the carousel.
Look at it.
So
Turned
you
out.
You had the letdown of not having your bag, and then
Yeah.
a second later, there's the bag.
Did I tell you
You had
that-
the letdown of being turned down. A second later, she comes back.
I like roller
It
coasters.
all works out for Mr. Mirchoff,
Sometimes,
Marty.
guys. Sometimes.
Sometimes it's gonna work in the opposite. Though.
I'm sure yeah.
She's gonna come back and stab him.
Something good's gonna happen, and then it's gonna come back to be a terrible
Right.
thing.
But we had the time of our life in
I
Amsterdam.
love it there, man. Did you go to some of the old spots we
I
went
did.
to, like the restaurants?
Bloom and
and-
Bar. Oh, I went to that restaurant. So there's this restaurant in Amsterdam that Brett and I stumbled on, and it was delicious. They
Yeah.
change the menu up always. There's
Always
no menus.
seasonal. They have no menu.
Yeah, the waitress comes and just tells you what there is.
Yeah.
Like there's this. They still have that steak with raspberry sauce
yeah,
with like
yeah.
a cheese. What was the cheese?
Yes.
Anyway, so she remembered me right away. She goes, "Hey, where's your
Really?
friend?" And like,
Oh, it's so cool.
you don't remember me, do you? She said. I was like, "No, of course I do."
I think she was like the owner of it or something, maybe. You don't think so?
Maybe she was.
I thought she kind of looked like she more like ran the joint
Yeah.
rather than just.
Anyway.
being- yeah.
Yeah, she might have been. Anyway, fantastic. She said to say hello. I said
Cool.
we'd be back.
Yeah. It was a
you know.
really cool spot. Like not very many tables, pretty intimate,
Very
like
intimate.
dining experience. And yeah, I love the idea of like no menus and they just kind of cook what they
Yeah.
want to and like it felt like being in someone's house.
Sure.
Yeah.
I love how all like the bathrooms in like Europe, they're always like down these like steepest stairs, basically like a ladder.
Right.
Like in that restaurant too, it's
Yeah.
so steep going down. I hit my head about 50% of the time on the roof.
Yeah.
Like, always going down.
And Bloomin' Bar.
Yeah, we went
Bloomin'
there.
Bar, yeah.
Bloomin' Bar.
Good stuff.
Fun.
Yeah.
Bloom and Bar. What else? I went to License Line or whatever. You know that place?
Oh, sure.
What's that place?
Chicago Social Club.
No, we didn't go there.
No, that place
But,
is
I asked
dirty
people.
mess.
Yeah, it was a dirty mess.
Yeah.
You keep
But-
saying we didn't go there.
Yeah, I was with people. I was with a bunch of people.
He said he asked a girl out. Come on.
But I met these like two guys, these rowers. It's the sweetest guys on the planet.
Hans and Franz.
Hans and Franz. It does. And they kind of took me around, and we would just go to they brought me to a house party, and we
Nice.
met people. I had a friggin' blast, man.
That's cool.
So
Yeah.
good, so good. And the whole trip, I was gone for a month. I didn't get rained on once.
Did you do like the Van Gogh Museum or anything
I
like that?
did, yeah.
You did?
I sprinted through it because we got there, and there was like it was closed in 40 minutes.
Yeah.
So
Well, the bars were opening. So
That's
you were
right.
like, yeah, I
hey,
get
I
it.
gotta get. Hey, Van Gogh, whatever comes here. Forget about it.
Sunflowers, the scream. I got it.
no.
I get it. Yeah.
What a tormented man! He has all these letters in that museum. Did you? We didn't go.
No, we didn't go.
do any touristy things.
We did the Anne Frank house.
We did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
Wait, you were going to say something about Van Gogh Museum, the diary
Oh yeah, so
and
he has
stuff.
all these like letters that he wrote to correspondence to various people in his life, and like so they had him on audio, and you just listen to his letters, and it's the guy was just
Oh, that's
so tormented and battling with mental
He
illness.
died
and-
so young, too. like in his 30s, right?
I'm not. Don't
I thought he was
remember,
pretty
no.
young.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Maybe I should go to the museum and learn all
Yeah,
about
maybe
it.
you should.
Yeah.
Pretty cool museum though, for sure.
So you take off from Amsterdam and then head straight to where?
So I go to fly to Glasgow, where my family is.
Yeah.
And so my brother, he's never traveled, and he's a very blue collar guy, and wasn't really too looking forward to going to Europe, and I really wanted it. I made it kind of an objective of mine to like let him have I wanted him to have a good time. Hopefully this broadens his horizons a little bit and changes his perspective, which I think traveling does.
Yeah.
And so he gets there, and like Scotland's very much like where I'm from. It's like very similar.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so what's up? How was the flight? He's like, I'm never coming to Europe again, man. That flight was awful.
His first thing he says.
Well, can't get lower than that. So
Yeah.
only one way to go.
Just because the flight was
the
long?
flight was long, and like we get to like the first thing we do it was go to a mall. It was like we went to a mall in Glasgow.
Why is that the first thing you did?
Because my mom needed something, or I forget.
right.
So
he's like, I could have
and he
just
goes to
stayed
the
in
Subway
Canada.
at the mall, and he's like, the Subway sucks. He's like,
Oh, like the sandwiches?
Subway sandwich.
Your brother or your dad?
My brother.
Uh-huh.
Oh
Yeah.
my God, it's funny.
And anyway, so we had a good time in Scotland. Went to this my sister's boyfriend hockey, as I said. So he had a game. The most fun I've ever had at a sporting event.
Really?
The rowdy fans. They all have cheers, as like in Japan, where they have all the choreographed stuff.
Like singing the songs.
yeah,
and
singing the
stuff?
songs. All the fans know them.
Oh, that's cool.
It was back and forth. There was like 5 lead changes. I'm right into it. Me and my dad are just like, yeah, screaming. Like, it was awesome.
Yeah,
it
cool.
was really great.
Oh, that's
But
awesome.
Cody, my sister's boyfriend, got a big penalty with 1.5 minutes to go, or 3 minutes to go. It was like a 4-minute penalty. He nailed this guy in like the face.
Yeah.
And they're down by 1.
Oh.
Or no, they were down by 2. They're up by 2. I'm sorry.
Uh-huh.
And so he gets this penalty. Like, hopefully they score. The other team like, and then they hit one more off the post, and like it went down to the last second, and they held off and won. Me and my sister were like, please don't score, please don't.
Oh,
I just feel
no.
so bad for Cody.
Yeah.
It's gonna ruin this trip.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. So we did that. The Christmas we have Christmas there, but we forgot that all the stores close at like 6 that night, so
Yeah.
we ended up buying our Christmas dinner from a convenience store. That's great. Oh my gosh, I gotta tell you a story.
What?
I got one. Okay, so, oh no.
Is
So-
it in Scotland?
Yeah, this is in Scotland.
All right.
This was after the once. Okay, so my sister is
Also, just a warning for everyone listening, this might be a two-parter, because we're not even out of Scotland yet, so just,
Right.
yeah.
Well-
Anyway, keep going.
So my sister, God bless her, living in Scotland where she has a visa so she can work. However, she hasn't been able to find any work. It's hard because she's only there for 6 months. Not a lot of companies want to hire someone who's going to leave.
Right.
So, and she's a little lonely. She doesn't have a lot of friends. So, they decided to buy a cat.
Right.
So they got this cat, the cutest little kitten named Lou. He's a little rambunctious little fella. Climbs up the Christmas tree. He jumps on your leg and like bites your leg, but it doesn't hurt because he's a little kitten.
Yeah.
Anyway, the cutest kitten. Anyway, so jump forward. This was like a week ago. So my sis, we left. I left my family. We split up in London. They went back home. So they're like making dinner. It's after dinner, and my sister decides to do some laundry.
Oh, no.
So she starts putting laundry in, and it's a front loader. And
Oh,
it's a
no.
laundry. So she throws the shirts and clothes or whatever in there, and then my mom goes, "Oh, I have I got some dirty clothes on the bed. Could you throw them in as well?" Sure, Mom. So she goes into the bedroom to grab the clothes, and they didn't know that little Lou, jumped into the washing machine.
Oh, my God.
And my sister comes back, throws the clothes in, doesn't see it, closes it, and presses start. Meanwhile, my mom has like paper towel rolls, like the cardboard from the paper towel rolls, and she's like, "Oh, Lou would love to play with these. Where's Lou?" "Oh,
Good
Lou is."
thing.
And then
Hold on.
my sister's like, "Where's Lou?" And she starts hearing from
Oh,
bump,
God.
bump, bump. She runs, starts screaming, and they can't open it because it's filled with water. And the way it's set up is it won't let you open it because it'll flood.
It'll
just
flood
water
your
will come out.
apartment.
So you have to wait for it to drain. My sister's screaming and going, "Break the glass! Break the glass!" My dad doesn't have anything, and it's really thick plexiglass, and he can't break it.
You're not
They're-
going to be able to break that
They're
glass.
all freaking out. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to do. So they have to wait like 2 minutes before all the water gets out. They open the thing. My dad starts giving the little Lou, sweet little Lou, CPR, mouth to mouth. While my sister's freaking out, everyone's crying, going hysterical, and Lou died. Lou didn't make it.
Really?
Lou died.
Oh, no.
It was horrible.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that the worst?
Is this on Christmas?
Like, before New Year's.
Oh, my God.
I know.
Well, look at Marty.
It's the worst.
Don't tell that story. You said Lou died, and I was like, this is a joke.
No, Lou didn't make it.
Oh, my God.
I know. Isn't that horrible?
Oh, my
Isn't that
God.
the worst thing?
Your sister's never going to be able to do the laundry again.
No, I don't think. Well, she already never does it anyway, so.
Oh, no.
I know.
Oh my god.
Yeah,
Oh, it's so bad.
I know.
Oh man, where do we go from here?
I know. She lost her purse and jacket the night before too. It was like,
Oh, she's just having a
you
bad
just
time.
lose everything.
Oh,
Died.
I really want to make sure that in 2016 ended on the best note for her.
oh no.
I know. She bought another cat though.
You
So
should replace Lou.
yeah,
Yeah.
so I'm worried for that cat.
Yikes.
I want to cry.
Are you all right?
It's depressing.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Sad.
I'm trying to
is
think
really
about.
bad.
Curiosity.
Not gonna do
killed
it.
The
Yeah,
cat.
curiosity.
No, that's not what killed.
No,
the
your
cat
mom
didn't-
killed the cat.
No.
Oh no,
the
sorry,
cat-
your sister.
Let's be honest though. A cat jump into a laundry. That's the cat's fault.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Stupid cat.
No.
Oh, we're gonna get so many
He
angry
was
letters.
soaking wet, like trying to give him CPR.
No, stop, stop.
That's awful.
Imagine
No,
not knowing what's
stop.
happened.
I can't. We can't. I cannot go any further with this.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna cry.
Oh man, that's
Anyway, so
horrible.
that ended their trip. That ended the
Yeah,
the
no
European,
kidding.
the European excursion.
Aw.
Yeah, it was pretty bad.
Animal stories are the saddest.
Oh, I know, right?
Tell us more about Scotland, though. Going around up
Scotland
there in
was good.
Scotland. What'd you do?
Should've
So we
saved
went-
this story
You
for
doing any
the end.
touristy stuff with
Not
your?
really. I mean, we were only there for 4 days.
Didn't
and
you
we-
hit up an indoor snowboarding
Yeah,
place?
we did that. Yeah, so we go to this. So like right by my sister's apartment, there's this like huge mall, like rock climbing wall, and then there's like a big just an indoor snow slope or ski slope.
Yeah.
And so my brother, dad, and I were like, all right, let's do it. So we got, I had a snowboard, my brother's snowboard, or my brother's skis and my dad's skis. So we started doing that. You take like 5 turns and you're at the bottom. It's silly.
Right.
But there's a little park area with a couple jumps and a couple railings and like a tabletop and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Did a puppy die in this one? If you land on it, and then your dad tried to save it, but then it said, "Avenge me."
You ruined my story. That's the end of it. That was the end of it. So, but my brother's like, so I used to do park. I was never really good in the park, but my brother's like, come on, you should do that rail, man. You should do it. Why don't you do that rail? And I was like, all right, fine, I'll do the rail. So I take off and I jump
Cocaine.
on the rail and I make it all the way towards the end, and then I just ate shit, like ass over tea kettle.
Tea kettle.
Tea kettle. I'm dyslexic apparently as well.
You're still drunk.
And I hit my head on that fall, and I haven't been the same.
Did
since.
you do the rail?
Yeah, I did it. I fell at the end, and I landed right on my ass, and it still hurts.
Oh,
And like for the next 3 days, I was walking a little funny.
really?
I still walk funny, but I always walk funny. But now I walk even funnier.
Did your brother, during this time in Scotland, like, did he start to warm up to Europe a little bit?
Yeah, a little bit. I think once we
He got over the flight?
He only would order cheeseburgers everywhere we went. So
Really?
we're in Paris, like this night, cool little bistro restaurant
Yeah.
place, and like I get I don't know, some seafood, fish, French cuisine dish. And we're all trying different things, and my brother's like, "Oh, get the cheeseburger." He didn't like it because it had too fancy a cheese on it.
I was gonna ask if he had him put American cheese on it.
Exactly. He's like, "This is cheese on it. This doesn't taste good."
Your brother sounds like Sylvester
Yeah,
Stallone.
he kind of looks like Sylvester Stallone.
Does he?
Yeah, it does actually.
Oh, it's so funny.
But so he loved it once we rented bikes one day
Oh.
and just ripped around Paris, and it was so fun. Like me, my dad, sister, and brother. My mom decided to stay home, and so it was great. We got some wine. We bike all the way up to the cemetery. We walked through the cemetery. We had toast at whose grave were we at?
Lou?
Jeez. No, no, he hadn't died yet.
Oh.
The importance of being earnest. Who the heck is that guy? Alien tears will fill for him. Pity's long broken urn. That.
I don't know. Hemingway.
Nah. Anyway, so we had.
Poe.
Jeez, how come I not remember his name? I have
Ben,
this
the
disease.
importance of being earnest.
When you try to remember
Author,
the portrait,
please.
William
picture of
Wordsworth.
Dorian
Sir
Gray.
Walter Raleigh.
Walt Whitman.
Ben's gonna look it up. Don't worry, Ben's looking it
Anyway,
up.
so we went there and we drank a little wine at his grave,
Uh-huh.
and we got kicked out of the. So they closed it at like 6, and so we're drinking wine, and this woman just drives by with a bell, and she just rings it, drives by, and just ringing it in our face, and is like just pointing towards the exit. She doesn't speak English. I'm like, no. She just starts ringing the bell in our faces. Leave, exit, ringing the bell, and just like hurting us out.
Yeah.
Am I looking for a book or an album?
Book. The importance of
being
being earnest.
No, there's an album by the same name.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, how come I can't remember his name?
Yeah. Whatever. We'll figure.
Whatever.
It out.
Anyway, we ripped around. My brother just loved that. We were doing wheelies.
Did you get turned down by any more girls in Scotland before you got to France?
Turned down?
Yeah. Any more? Well, come on. I like these stories of you trying to rev yourself up to go over and ask a girl
Oh yeah.
out.
So okay, we're in Scotland and we go out one night.
Is this Edinburgh?
We were in Glasgow.
Uh-huh.
This isn't. I don't need to tell these stories.
All right, fine, don't.
Well,
Oscar Wilde.
Oscar Wilde. Thank
Oscar
you.
Wilde.
It is like very nerve wracking going up, especially I went like in. Well, you're at a bar. We're standing like with my family.
I like though that you like force yourself to do it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, that you're like, no,
Well,
I'm gonna
always
do
invariably, it always works out well. Like I can talk fine,
Yeah, of
and
course.
it's nice having conversation. So you just gotta
Right.
like put yourself out there. There was like this group of girls sitting at this table, and so you go. I kind of just like. Just wait for the right moment. Like I wait for a girl to go to the bathroom. I'm like, all right, there we go. I can sit at her chair for a little bit.
this. Sweet. She's
And I'm like,
alone.
okay.
Time to
Also
bounce.
gives you an out when she comes back,
Exactly.
too. Yeah.
And so yeah, go over there and start chatting. And
I'm not gonna
ended up
make
having
you
a greatest
say it.
night with these girls.
I'm not gonna make you say it on the show, but
Right.
after we turn everything off, I want to know the opening line. I want to know it so bad.
Did it hurt when you fell from heaven?
Oh no, come on.
No, I just go say hi. How's it going?
Yeah,
and
yeah,
you start
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
But ended up they were all just like doctors and surgeons.
Mm-hmm.
They ended up having like a great, amazing conversation.
Oh,
And,
cool.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's good times.
Nice.
Yeah.
So then, let's see. We get to Paris.
Yes, got the.
You do any of the touristy stuff in Paris?
Yeah, I brought my parents around to. We did like Notre Dame and Sacré-Cœur and didn't do the Louvre.
No.
No, we didn't.
No
we
Eiffel-
tried to. We
Eiffel
only had
Tower?
3 days. No, we went to the Eiffel Tower, but
Right,
we didn't
sure.
go up.
Yeah.
Took them to a couple restaurants and did all like walking around and biking and
Ate some croissants.
croissants. But it's so funny. My parents are like, we get into Notre Dame and they're just like, we're walking in there. It's like amazing, right? This is like
Yeah.
like the first Gothic architecture. It's incredible. And we're walking around. I'm like, oh, isn't this incredible? Isn't this like so amazing? And they're like, and they just couldn't like wait to get out.
Really?
They leave. They're like, that was cool. I was like,
It just doesn't. It doesn't hit them
my
as
dad,
much as it hits
my
you.
dad really enjoyed it. But like even my dad at one point was like, I'm just not a city guy. You know, he lives on
Sure.
an island. He loves to fish, and he appreciates it and the history he really does appreciate. But yeah, it just doesn't affect him in the same way it does me. I don't know. I eat that stuff up. I could be inside of Notre Dame for all day. I feel like. Maybe not
What
all
do you
day,
love so much about traveling? Like why? What?
Tell
me about this feeling.
There's multiple things. I don't know. Like I've been I have a little bit of an existential. I don't want to say awakening, but like this last year or so, I've been trying. Like, what do I really want from life? My priorities have kind of changed, right? Like, it's not all about acting for me. Like, acting is a really important part of my life, and when it's good, it's amazing. But that's not everything to life. And I feel like a lot of times I just do. I work really hard, and I'll just do this one thing, neglecting other aspects of my life. And I think traveling really. It plugs you into, I don't know, like it's something that like being human or like the human condition, and you're forced to put yourself out there and meet people, have a conversation, and connect with people who are from different walks of life, and everyone's very different but so much the same as well. And like we're all just looking for the same thing. We're all looking for fulfillment and importance, like something, and have fun. So when you travel, you get to see things, and you know, in like Rome, like you're amongst these 2,000-year-old ruins.
Wait,
like,
we're not to Rome
sorry.
yet.
But like, all right, in
But yeah.
Paris, like,
No, I know
these
what you mean.
cities, like there's just so much history. That's what's we are nothing without our past.
Do you think a lot of it's
And
the exploration for you?
for sure?
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't like. What do you like? It is the exploration.
Like just literally
I don't
not
even
knowing
know-
what's around the next corner.
Yeah, I love that. I love like just walking through a city by myself, go to a little market or whatever, or drink a little mulled wine. Like you bump into someone and you
Yeah.
talk or not, or just walk around the city by yourself.
What about
and-
taking photos? You've been posting like a lot of really cool cityscapes and cool like photos that you took on your trip on your Instagram account.
So I went alone, traveling for the most part. So it was so nice to just have like an objective every day. Just be, I'm going to go take photos. And it forces you to look at the city differently. Like you're always looking for a cool shot, and you're taking everything in more. It's kind of like education for me is like a similar thing. The more you know, then you're equipped with a new lens. You see the world a little differently with knowledge, right? It allows you to have context and look at something differently, as does like taking photos. It gives you, I didn't see this perspective, or I didn't see the building like this, or I didn't see that. It makes things a little more beautiful. You know? You're like, I don't know. You take it in. So other things, just walk by sometimes, maybe not really see it.
Yeah.
So I'm not the most observant of people anyway, so it's good for me, I think. It forces me to be a little more aware.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think the camera and like, pardon the pun, but like helps you like literally like focus in, like looking through the lens.
Yeah,
like
absolutely.
Not being able to see the periphery.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, it's cool. And when you
cool.
find like a cool, like I love that when I've just been getting into photography. I'm not, an expert by any means, but like when you see like the light's coming down and it's coming through something, and this is amazing. I love it's such a rush.
Yeah,
it's really cool. I love it. I'm like this nerd guy, like on his knee, like in some weird angle, trying to get the right.
No, it turns you on. Like I can tell, it turns you on. I can see it in your face.
For
Do you remember, Marty? Like, quick, we'll go from your trip to back to our trip to Japan real quick. I don't think we talked about it on the podcast. You remember Beau taking pictures of that like old guy at the park?
Yes.
Like Beau's like got his big camera like with
guy.
a lens on it, and there's this guy like in a park, like this old man. He's got like his shirt off. He's like just sort of sitting on the ground, like one with nature, and looked like he was sort of like meditating a little bit.
He's sitting in like the meditation pose.
Totally, but like the way the light was coming through the trees, it was hitting him perfectly. It was beautiful.
Right.
And like here comes Beau like creeping up on him
through the
like
woods.
he was creeping up on him like Elmer Fudd on like Bugs Bunny. He's just like creeping slowly and like just snapping pictures of this guy, and like it was kind of fun. We were like, yeah, go for it. And then the guy like, did he catch you?
No, he didn't. As if he would look, I would just look away and like look up at the trees, pretend I'm like just amongst nature with him.
Yeah.
I love that. I got a really good photo of that one.
Really?
Yeah, really good one.
Yeah, you have to post it online. You should post
think I did.
Post it out there.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. It's great. So you go from Paris back to London.
But I went to London and I met up.
So
with
these are all towns and stuff that you've been to before.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, so far.
Yeah.
So I go to London and I'm staying. I got my parents an Airbnb and then I stayed with a friend who lived like a mile away, which was nice. And so he, a childhood friend of mine, we went to high school together, and we're like best friends in high school, and we like loved biology. Like we took biology together all through high school, and like he ended up getting a degree in biology. And anyway, so we're kind of kindred spirits in a lot of ways. So it was really cool to hook up with him. And he's a really smart guy, and he's doing his master's in I don't know something. It's not important. Anyway, so I stayed with him and his girlfriend, and we had just a blast. I was with my folks for one day, took them around. We did a bunch of walking, a bunch of sightseeing, and then hung out with them. Did New Year's with.
What do you notice is most different, especially when it comes to nightlife, about these? I guess we could just talk about London since you're in London at the moment in the story. But like, do you notice like such a huge difference from if like you go out in LA versus going out in London per se?
Yeah. I mean,
like the bar scene and the bar culture.
Well, I don't know.
Stuff?
LA is a weird place. Like I feel like
No,
LA.
I know.
There's
That's
no
kinda
really
why.
like because like where in LA can you go? And it's just like I don't know. There's no like busy areas.
There's no center. LA
There's no,
doesn't have a center.
There's no like in London. Like we were in like this cool area called Shoreditch, and there's
That
just
was
like,
kind of the problem with Tokyo for us. Was like we couldn't really find the spot.
Right.
But anyway, sorry.
But yeah, there's bars on like every corner, and there's a bunch of pubs. I love pubs. Like pubs are fun, and there's live music.
But do you find that people are more social, like apt to talk,
Yeah.
things like that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, LA is pretty tough. I think people are a little closed off and
Well, I remember
stick to their own a little.
reading one time, like before I went to Dublin, I was reading up on like Ireland and stuff, and it was saying that like the bars that locals like, or the bars that are like the recommended ones, like they don't have TVs.
Yeah.
And like they don't play music from like a jukebox.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they want you to not be looking at a TV. They want you to be
know.
talking, or they want you to be whatever.
I hate that
interacting.
at bar, like you were there
Yeah.
and there's a television, or like even like when they play like old classic movies.
Uh-huh.
Like that's kind of a cool thing, but I don't like it because I'll just like stare at the television.
Right, exactly. Yeah. Like we went out the other night, you, me, and Marty, like we went out in the valley here, and like, yeah, one of the bars was playing old movies.
Right.
And I found myself just kind of sitting there not listening to anyone and
Right.
just going like, what movie's that? Oh, there's
Yeah.
that actor. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, London for me like is fun. I don't know. I like the nightlife and kind of the other like in when I went to Paris is really fun, but like Prague was really fun, and Budapest was
Do you
a
like
little
that-
different. I feel like more people are a little more friendly.
Do you
And
like
that's vast generalization, but that was kind of my experience.
Do you like also though that like if you're in London and you have a beer in your hand and you just want to step out the front door of the bar,
Yeah.
you just do, and
Oh my gosh.
the bouncer doesn't tackle you?
I know, dude.
They treat adults like adults.
They don't care. We think in
Yeah.
America that we're the land of the free. Everything's it's America's the where freedom is created. That's not. No, I mean Europe is so much to me. there's way less rules. You can
Yeah.
park your car wherever you want. In Amsterdam, you can park on the canal. In America, there would be a yellow railing and 5 signs that say, do not park here between this time and this time. Beware of alligators. Like,
Yeah, all the
so
fine
many
print.
things, because
Yeah.
we live in such a litigious society. However, there, it's just like, I don't think people, they don't just go right to suing the city because they were an idiot and drove their car into
A lot
the
more like
canal.
common sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can smoke outside of the establishment. Like, who cares?
Right.
Like, the wind is going to change directions. What different? I was in LA with you guys the other night.
Yeah.
Remember when I had a cigarette?
Yep.
And the guy's like, you got to step 2 steps that way.
I know.
I say, two steps. Mm-hmm. What if the wind changes? Is it 4 steps?
You remember what he said to us though? So this is maybe tangent for a second, but like, so we were standing outside, and you want to go outside have a smoke. So we walk outside with you, and then the bouncer was like, "Take it down the street a little bit, right?" And then you kind of looked at him like, "All right," and he goes, "Sorry, it's just my manager's a real jerk." So.
Right.
And it's like that's
Always passing
so
the buck.
the LA thing, yeah. Like pass the buck on, or like why is every manager's a jerk apparently? Because that's all I ever hear is like, it's not my rule, it's some other guy, and it's
Right.
like, all
Yeah,
right,
I don't know.
yeah, lame.
It is lame.
Yeah.
But like, and like, I don't know, man.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's nice over there.
yeah.
It's really nice over there.
Oh,
It's a different
man.
different quality of life. I feel like there's less importance on status.
Oh,
I
interesting.
really noticed that. And maybe not so much in London's a little different, but like Amsterdam, perfect example, or like I don't see a lot of rich. And if you do, you don't notice. Like there's not, wearing a top hat and you know what I mean? Like they just feel, everyone feels like
You
kind
don't
of
see a
of the
lot of
same-
monocles?
No monocles. I wished. I would like, let's
That'd be
bring
kind
that
of cool,
back.
actually. Yeah,
That is really cool.
Yeah, that'd be kind of awesome.
Or like 2 monocles and then put like a little wire in between and like have little hooks so you put them on your ears.
What?
Kind of like glasses.
Whoa, dude.
Look at Marty's face right now.
You're the worst.
What were we talking about?
You were saying.
Oh, yeah, it's class,
I
like-
agree with you. Like
I don't know, and I just feel like there's not as an an onus on status and success, and yeah, people. Of course, you need money to survive and
Sure.
do things, but that's not all it. Like I don't like you. I met these people, and they don't care what your job is. Mm-hmm. They don't care how much money you make. They want to like have a good time and get to know you.
I think that is a little more specific to LA though too.
Yeah, true, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
probably.
You're probably so used to the "what do you do" question. That's the second question you ask after someone's name.
Yeah,
That's true.
And sometimes before.
yeah.
Yeah. And what's funny too about LA is you go like even if you know the person or like maybe you're just like an acquaintance. This is not with like friends usually, but if if you're an acquaintance with someone and you see them out and you go like, "What have you been up to lately?" And then they just start listing off their resume.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And I'm
I
like,
hate that.
"Oh,
No,
I just meant like I expected you to say like I went to a Dodger game or something like that,
Right.
But like you go, "What have you been up to lately?" Got a couple commercials, had a
know.
guest star spot on this one thing, and you're like,
I
"Whoa,
think
I
that's
didn't ask you
also
that."
stemmed in insecurity as well. It's like because
Sure.
we're all. Like,
Artists.
yeah, I mean, we want to be good and successful, and I hate that. Yeah, it's like shouldn't be your identity shouldn't be your work.
I tried to make a rule with like I do this thing where I like make rules with myself or whatever or like and so I try to do that with myself where like when people say like what have you been up to lately, I'll just literally say like what I've been up to. Like I'll go
Right.
like, "Oh, I went and saw Rogue One last weekend and it
Yeah.
was cool." Like actually what I'm do day to
What you
day,
do.
not the jobs
The
I've
job.
landed
I think
lately.
that's
Yeah.
smart.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Healthier.
So let's see. In the trip, now we're in London. You leave your family in London, and then you go Budapest, Prague, Rome,
Go to
or Prague,
Prague. Yeah,
Budapest,
go to Prague.
Rome.
Prague,
All right.
Budapest, Rome.
Well, pipe down over there. We're going to save it for the second episode.
All
Because there's way too much to cover. Let's just, should we just call this one and then pick it up on the
Sure.
next episode? Ben, you good with that? All right, cool. So I'll do my little outro. That's a wrap, everybody, on another edition of the Brett Davern Show, or at least part 1 of the Beau Mirchoff Travel Extravaganza. Thank you out there for listening, and thank you for subscribing on iTunes, Google Play Music, or YouTube, or wherever you listen to your podcast. Remember, this show is always free. And if you like what you heard, tell a friend. Come on, guys. We really need you to start engaging and helping us out. Tell your friends about the podcast so we can grow this thing. And if you like the show, rate and review our show and leave some comments on YouTube and stuff. Also go to Brett Davern Show. I'm joking. Also go to BrettDavernShow.com. There are behind the scenes photos of all of our guests and all kinds of fun stuff. You can also receive a free gift in the mail if you go to the website and sign up for it, we'll send it to you. You can also follow the show on any of the social medias, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, or Facebook. Same handle for all those, at Brett Davern Show. Beau Mirchoff can be found on Twitter at Beau, B-E-A-U _Mirchoff. Mirchoff. Same name on Instagram. Check out all those cool photos we've been talking about. Also, we'll put some on BrettDavernshow.com so you can see them there. Anything else? Anything else I missed for you? Well, all the rest of your trip,
Right.
I guess, which we'll talk about next time. Say goodbye, producer Ben.
Goodbye, producer Ben.
Ben is on Twitter at TheBigBen76. My buddy Marty Shannon, his latest album is called 2600, and it is on BrettDavernshow.com, or it's on iTunes, or it's also streaming on Spotify. And Marty has this for all of us.
Every one of us, in the cosmic perspective, precious. If a human disagrees with you, let them live. In 100 billion galaxies, you will not find another. Carl Sagan.
Marty's on Twitter at Marty_Shannon. As for me, well, I'm Brett, and I'm on Twitter and Instagram at BDAV, BDAVV, reminding all of you to be kind and take care of each other. But for now, for part 1 of the Beau Mirchoff travel episode, that was our show. Good night, Lou.
Oh. Jeez.
I had to.
Poor Lou.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.